My 7-year-old brother. There's always consequences and you'll never know which one is good and which one is bad. Also, my little brother, did you know Coca-Cola is made out of coconuts? That's why it's brown. Yep, he's a dumb genius. 911, what's your emergency? I swallowed an ice cube whole and I haven't pooped it out. Excuse me? I'm really scared. Is it stuck? So when my sister was like 3, we went around to my mom's auntie's house, and when we were there, we went to the beach. My sister got the biggest rock she could find, and without telling anybody, she took it back to my mom's auntie's, and right as we're about to go home, she takes it out of her pocket and puts it on the step and says, "Keep it, and the next time I come back, I hope I would have grown more." Yeah, you see, when I was younger, I didn't get the concept of growing plants, so anytime I would find a really nice flower, I would uproot it, put it into a cup, and then put it in my bedroom, and then get upset that it would die, because I didn't know that a plant needed water and soil to survive, but I just expected it to grow because I put it in a cup, like in movies. Guess what Mom found? The piss drawer! Yay! I've never looked much like my siblings or my parents, and so when I was younger, my brothers decided to convince me that I was adopted. They told me Hayden Panettiere was my actual sister, and my parents gave me up because my sister got famous. I told all my friends about it, and with my golden blonde hair, round face, and green eyes, all my friends believed it too. So for 3 years, my friends and I did our best to watch anything she was in, to be a supportive baby sister. I mean, it's an unfortunate story, but hey, it has a great ending, so at least she was being supportive. I wonder who broke it to her that Hayden Panettiere wasn't actually her sister. Why is my toddler throwing a tantrum, you ask? It's because the popsicle he cried for is cold. Now, why did you do that to him? He's 3, long past due to learn that life isn't fair. Builds resilience. Yeah, you're right. Learning that life isn't fair at a young age, it helps you build resilience. I remember when I was 5 and I was asking my mom, we were in a grocery store, I asked my mom for a piece of candy, and she said no, and I put it in the cart, and she told me to put it back, and life stopped making sense. Like, the world didn't make sense anymore. 2 + 2 = 5. I didn't understand, but in retrospect, I get it now. She was just trying to build me up. She was trying to make sure I have some resilience. Just like this I can't keep this up. Just like this parent. You know what? There's really nothing like showing up to work 3 hours late because you can't find your keys. Oh my god, look at the way that the keys are jammed in. He spent like a good 20 minutes pushing that metal key into that plastic just so it can fit. Jesus Christ. I can't even imagine that type of frustration, just looking for your keys and then you look at your child's toy and you're like, oh my god, there it is. Are you serious? Don't come in my room. Maybe I should have a sign like that, like, hey, don't you do that here. Take that to another place. Go to the bathroom. When I was about 3 or 4, I thought that musical instruments worked like CD players, and that they would play whatever you wanted them to, including lyrics. My parents laughed at me when they bought me a guitar, and I cried because it wouldn't play Kylie Minogue. My sister and I would get put in a corner a lot as kids. At first, I remember it being this heartbreaking thing, and I would really think about what I'd done, but that wore off pretty quick. When my sister was mad at my parents or felt punishment wasn't fair, she would pick her nose and wipe it on the wall while she was doing her time in the corner. Naturally, I had a method of retaliation when I stood in the corner too. I would lick the walls. Just don't know why I thought that would do anything, I just knew it wasn't supposed to do it, so I licked the walls. Occasionally, I would get a piece of what I thought was maybe paint, and I think, ha, serves them right, now they'll be sorry. What was horrifying to find out as an adult that my sister was plastering the walls behind my dad's leather easy chair with snot and boogers, and I was licking them off. We were both stupid, and I was a little extra stupid though. Oh my god, only your siblings. What is that? A neon glow stick, and it was all over the house, and we just finished finding out he peed in the toy box too. So he's crying, washing all the toys that can be saved, and the ones that can't need to be thrown out.
Yeah! Oh, y'all gonna have a hard time today.
What's the stupidest way you've hurt yourself? When I was a kid, like 7 or 8, I was waiting for my dad to come home from work. My brother and I were eating popcorn at the TV, and I decided to show him off by putting the popcorn kernel in my ear and then taking it out. This went on for a bit until I pushed it too deep, and we had to go to the hospital and they used a tube to suck it out. My dad met us at the hospital before they sucked it out, and then they gave me the kernel in a plastic bag. I still have that kernel till this very day. When I was a kid, I used to love eating processed food, hot dogs, bacon, chicken nuggets, the like. And one day after eating lunch at home, not processed food, I decided to go to my neighbor's house and noticed that he was just about to have lunch. He was eating hot dogs, so I asked if I could join in, lying that I haven't eaten yet. This continued for several days until my friend's mom asked if I was being fed at home, to which I said no despite having lunch every day before going there. Eventually, I was caught lying since my friend's mom contacted my mom thinking I was being neglected at home. Would have done anything for food, I guess. Girl trapped in escalator. Panic ensues in a shopping mall after child holds onto handrail for too long. That is just tragic. That is horrible. Oh my god. But that's why you don't just let your children be on escalators by themselves, because they just don't know. When I was 8, I was in the school bathroom one day with a kid I was friends with. While we were washing up at the sink, he told me that snot in your nose is actually worms crawling out of your brain. Stupid little gullible shit I was. I believed him. Incidentally, I happened to have a runny nose that day. I ran out of the bathroom and caused a massive scene outside. I was screaming, crying, and blowing snot out of my nose onto the floor trying to get the worms out of my brain. A ring of students had formed around me, watching me lose my shit, and eventually the teacher showed up, took me to the bathroom to clean my face off and calm me down. That was the most embarrassing thing I had ever done as a kid. He couldn't fit all the crayons in one hand. He looks so distraught and upset because I think he's hit his maximum. He's just upset at his own hands. Like, I can't, just one more crayon, just one more. Come on.
Yeah, I'm ready.
The Many Pieces of Chance. Her name is Chance. She's 3 years old. She's good at toys. Her favorite toy is a horsey. Her favorite food is tacos. That's based. Her favorite color is red. And when she wants to grow up, she wants to be a frog. Go off, sis. Well, Tyler decided to pepper spray inside the car as we are headed to open house. So I guess we're going to the hospital now. Thanks, Tyler.
Right there, go! Come here!
German brothers ages 4 and 6 run away from home and cause $17,000 in damage. How in the world does a 4-year-old and a 6-year-old cause $17,000 worth of damage, and let alone run away from the house? What? What's up, everybody? This is the dialogue of my 2-year-old picking up a stick in the park. I hope you enjoy. My dick? What? Stick, baby. It's a stick. My dick! Random strangers passing by. You look at my dick. And this is why we can't go anywhere. When I was 5 or 6 years old, I thought that boys can get pregnant too. And instead of milk, they produce hot chocolate.
Look at this little boy.
This is just depression. That's all this is, man. If I opened my iPad and saw this, I would just be hurt. I don't even know what emotions I'd feel. Like, wow, this $800 piece of equipment has essentially been bricked because my siblings don't know my passcode and didn't know when to give up. What's up, everybody? It's your boy Ailurus, aka Panda Daddy, and I hope you enjoyed today's video, and if you did, let me know in the comments down below, and leave a like if you liked the video, and if you're new to my channel, go ahead and subscribe, fam. What you doing watching videos and not subscribing? And if you're old, make sure you hit that bell so you can get that notification every time. To those who have been keen listeners to this channel for a long time, they probably can tell that there is a slight change in the audio quality, and it's because your boy has started school again, and he had to move back in, which means I had to go back to Old Faithful. I can't bring my entire audio setup, you know, I can't bring the Shure SM7B, my interface, my preamp, I can't do any of that here, so we're back to Old Faithful, and I hope you guys can excuse the change in audio quality. It's only gonna be like this for a couple of months before I can figure out a different situation, or maybe it'll be like this for the entire school year. I don't know what the future holds. And as always, you gotta thank the Patreon supporters. So thank you to Finny, Horror Star, Lucy, Maria, Pro Cookie, Unholy Trio, and The Caustic. Without your support, we can't do what we do here, and it's greatly appreciated. And if you want to help support the channel, there's 2 links in the description, one to my merch store and one to my Patreon, and both funds go directly into the channel to make sure we can maintain what's going on here. And as always, stay zesty.